Oh, there's that music that keeps children and quality podcasters up at night. I love that music.
Oh, that's very good. All right, welcome. We're here. Oh, you can hear me now.
I can hear you, baby.
Yeah. All right, we're here with episode 7. Mate,
And they said it would never last.
That's right, episode 7.
That's
Can you
what-
imagine one day we might be doing episode 100?
I can't believe we would be doing that. You don't look well.
We're going to throw a party. We're going to do a live podcast that night.
Okay.
All right. Now, today we are looking at two things. Queen.
Yes.
Oh, we know a lot about Queen, you and me.
Yes, we do.
One of them is right. One of us is
Yes.
right. And the other thing is we're looking at a movie which I deem to be the worst movie ever made.
Really?
It's by Francis Ford Coppola.
Oh, he does good stuff.
They're normally, yeah. And this is called Rumblefish, but I'll tell you more about that later.
Cool.
Yeah. Did you have a good Christmas?
I had a lovely Christmas, thank you. I had a really peaceful and joyous Christmas, and Christmas Eve I was at Father Bob's Christmas Eve service.
Ah, yes.
Because I wasn't doing Santa at Carol's,
Yes.
I said to myself when I got Santa at Carol's, they said, you've got it till you're dead. And then a new producer came in and said, we're going to go in a different direction. She got another Santa. And anyway, if you saw it, you'll know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're saying.
But I said to my family, there's a reason this has happened. I don't know what it is yet. I was really sad about losing it. Anyway, I'm sitting there in the audience at Father Bob's Christmas Eve thing, and they said, our CDs aren't working. We can't get it to work. So we're going to have to sing our Christmas carols a cappella. I noticed the piano in the corner, and I said, no, you don't have to. Let me do this. They said, but there's no music. And I said, it's cool. And I got up and I played 10 carols while they all sang. And it was seriously the most joyous thing. And after every carol, they clapped me, which is weird because, as you know, I don't really need the music to play shit.
You don't even need the applause, really.
I don't need anything. I don't need a piano. Nothing. I could have stayed at home and done it in bed.
There would have been a piano there. That's amazing.
Well, I donated the piano. That's the other kicker. It was the piano from the house that I grew up in when my mum passed. I donated the piano to this old folks home, which is where Bob does his service. It was an incredible simpatico that happened, and I happened to be there on the night when their music wouldn't play, and it was like I can't explain it. It was so small time, but so beautiful.
Did Father Bob stand up and say, is there a piano player in the house?
Didn't need to. I stood up and said, I can do that.
Okay.
Well, Bob knows everything. Bob and I are good mates, so he knew that I played and all that sort of stuff. But it was very extraordinary.
Are you going to do that every year?
Well, I hope not. But I'm hoping they say we want our old Santa back.
Yeah, I think we got a CD player fix.
I don't know if you saw the Santa, but they may well say.
Yeah, I've been trying to bite my lip, but very, very thin Santa and English accent. I didn't get that.
Who am I to judge? I did it for 4 years. Anyway, look, that's all by the way. The thing is, it was just a beautiful moment. And I realised, because I thought it was going to be, you're going to get a part in a major movie or you're going to get this or whatever, but it was nothing as big as that. It was just something more meaningful, and it was lovely.
Well, it was delightful to hear that you did that. It was very nice. So, we've also had some questions from listeners.
Gracious.
A couple of them, and when I say a couple, I mean all of them, have asked, number one, little Kirsten Tuckerman.
Little Kirsten Tuckerman. Yeah, 140 kilos of I wash myself with a rag on a stick. Yes.
Asked,
yes.
Where does the theme music come from?
I don't know, Ken. Where does it come from?
It's actually from a track called Bondi to Turak by Taste, which is coming out on the new album. So at the moment, it is royalty free, so we're allowed to play it. I don't know what happens once we release it.
Who wrote it on the Taste album? Well, it's not royalty free. You'll get the royalties.
Yeah, but there's a Spotify. I'm not sure how that works, but I'll look into it.
You need to look into that.
That's where the music comes from a song called Bondi to Turak. Little Glenn Muir has a great suggestion, which you'll hear more about later.
So your new album is called What the Hell Am I Going to Do with My JB Hi-Fi Gift Card?
That's a good name for it, actually.
You like it?
I like it.
It's yours.
Thank you. It's going to be called Brothers.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, because Michael and Joey and I have been around a long time together.
But you're not brothers?
No, we're not, but spiritually we are.
So it could be just called wanker bullshit.
Well, that's the second title we got in mind.
I love that title.
You like that better?
I do much.
It's a bit more punk, isn't it?
It's rock, mate.
Yeah. Right.
Well done.
Because, by the way, you've done a commercial that's very, very rock. And the only thing that's rockier than it is the Taste album, Rock Dead.
Oh, Rock Dead.
Yeah.
Now, the reason why we say Rock Dead, my dear friends, is because Ken put out an album some time ago with the band Taste, a glorious album called Rock Is Dead. But unfortunately, the font, you couldn't see the word is. So it was called Rock Dead.
Yeah.
And I pointed this out to him about 13 minutes after they'd finished the printing.
That's true. That's true.
So
So
it was
Rock Dead from now on it is.
Yes.
Now we have another question, and this is a very good question. This is from little Andy Baker.
Who also, 160 kilos, sits at home, sleeping on a bed of cheeseburger wrappers. Yes.
He asked,
Yeah.
he said, well, I know who you are, but what about people who don't know who you are? Could we have a little background on you? So I thought that was a good idea.
Don't know who we are.
Well, you know.
Why the f*** are they listening to us?
Maybe they've stumbled upon it. So why don't I start off by talking about you?
Yes.
Then you can say something about me. But Marty Fields.
Yes.
That's you. I'm just telling you.
I didn't.
Marty Fields has had a great career and started off as a piano player and then a piano player singer, one of the most informed piano man around town, played at the casino for many years. And then
All around the world.
Yeah, all around the world.
And then got sick of it and got into comedy.
No, I'm telling you this. I'm telling the story.
Oh, sorry.
Then he got sick of it and got into comedy.
It's true.
That's right.
It's actually true.
He didn't like carrying gear, did you? That was one of the reasons. You didn't like. You said, with comedy, I don't even carry a mic.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Got a suit, sense of humour, boom, out the door.
A sharp wit.
And then I'd do a gig and there'd be a piano man or something having to play afterwards and everything.
That's right.
I'm doing 20 minutes. I'm out of here. I get paid 5 times as much as you.
That's right.
Mind you, it's
isn't it,
harder.
by the way?
It's a little bit harder.
Oh, it is a bit harder. That's true. It's people think it's easy, but not at all.
Do you remember Dave Gray, the piano player?
Yeah?
Beautiful guy.
Ugly guy.
No, not that guy.
Oh.
Dave Gray, he's actually a lawyer now. He said to me in the 80s, the young lions are the comedians. And that's when I was working a little bit at the Last Laugh playing piano for comedians like Lostria String Barkus and those sort of guys. And I said to myself, I'm enjoying piano bar, but it's easy. And I want to push myself. So I went into comedy and my income dropped by 90%.
Yes,
and I went way back to the bottom and did pub gigs and worked my way back up. And that's actually how I got into comedy in the late 80s and mid 80s, and did a bit more piano bar and then just got focused really on stand-up. And then I went to musicals
And
for
then
a while.
you moved into musicals and TV.
Yeah,
you were
that's
on
true.
Hey Out Saturday for many, 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 many years. You were on Blue Heelers as an actor. You played a policeman.
Yeah.
You were in the Nicolas Cage movie Knight Rider. You played a policeman.
Ghost Rider, close.
That's a great movie. I should review that. That's a beauty, that one. That may be the second worst movie.
David Hasselhoff.
You've had an amazing career going from piano.
It's all over now. Look at me. Look at me.
This is the bottom.
Sitting here in a garage in Sunbury.
We're not even getting paid.
With my best friend working on a podcast. I got to tell you, this is a joy. I love doing this.
Do you like the fruit? Is it because of the fruit I've supplied
The
for
fruit
you?
platter, to create a green room without a green room, but you have the fruit platter, don't argue.
I did have a flute room, but
Yeah.
the guy came back and took his flutes. So, you know.
Speaking of flutes, I was watching a guy on a film clip the other day playing the recorder.
Yes.
And I thought to myself, that is the one guy out of millions of people who started at state school with a gun to their head having to play recorder that actually continued to play the recorder. You know what I mean?
That's right, yeah. He's made a career out of the recorder.
Exactly. Him and the guy who blows coke up what's the name's ass.
Oh, we're getting a lot of remarks about that too.
That's actually true, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I
the
still
Pavarotti
want to.
guy.
I want to
Yeah.
know what they fill out when they when they land in another country in their immigration form.
It still kills me that guy left his job as blowing the coke up Stevie Nicks' bum. And then goes, oh, Pavarotti, a class act, I'll go and work for him.
Yes.
And now he's lifting
He's holding the guts. That's exact. Gut holder, coke blower. His resume is going to be impressive.
Yeah. So right now you are I'm pretty sure this is absolutely correct, and in my eyes certainly, the highest paid, most working corporate comedian in Australia. I
I'm
would
not
say.
the highest paid, no
Oh, you
doubt
have
about
to
that, but I'm certainly probably the busiest because I do give value for money. And since everybody is now empowered to be upset by comedy, I have turned all my material around to be unupsettable.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a word, but as a result of that, I'm certainly getting a lot of work. But anyway, beside that, Ken, who are we focused on today?
Well, you've got to tell them about me.
Oh, pardon me. Now, you supplied the mics.
All right, that's good. All right,
Is that enough for you?
That's fair enough. All right, let's move on then.
Everything else has been given to us by the Salvation Army, but it's wonderful. You know, you never hear about the Salvation Army.
No?
No, you don't. There's no homeless people floating around in the bay, but the Salvation Navy, you never hear of.
Oh, sorry.
Only the Army.
That's right. Salvation Air Force? What are they like?
No. Nothing. You hear nothing.
A couple of blue ones.
Poor people on Tiger. That's who. That's who. You know when on Tiger,
Yeah.
you know when the air thing when they have a loss of cabin pressure and that thing falls down?
Yes.
You've got to put $1 in it. And they always say, they always give you that message, Ken. Please attend to your own mask before attending to your children. What if you've got 2 children? That's when you find out who you love the most.
That's true.
Jimmy's dead, but Sylvia made it.
Marty's choice coming to your theatre.
Exactly.
Listen, it's time for this.
Go for it.
Now, that's an octave too high, but you know what it is.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
That's
We're
the
talking
start of
Queen.
Bohemian. Oh, it's not the start, but it's the middle bit of Bohemian Rhapsody.
We're talking Queen.
We are indeed.
Now.
Boy, do I know some stuff about
Oh, me too. I met Queen. I told you that before. I don't want to go on about that because it's been documented all over the world.
that you've met Queen.
Yes, but I did meet them.
Yes.
I did meet them.
Yes.
I was in Warrnambool.
The home of Queen. Yes.
And
Was
my
it
manager-
Warrnambool?
yeah, my manager.
Most people go there to see whales.
No, I didn't see Queen there. I was in Warrnambool on tour, and my manager looked after Queen when they came to Sunbury.
Your manager.
Yeah, I was in.
He would have been living high on the hog. 10% of your earnings.
From what I heard, he had all the money. All in the.
Who was that?
That was Chris Nolan. Let's name and shame.
Okay.
Yeah, in the drying hairdryer.
Beer.
Not hairdryer. Oh, in the clothes dryer. All the money was in the clothes dryer. When he opened it up, what fell out, I got. That was it. So, I'm in Warrnambool, and he looked after Queen when they came to do Sunbury, which is ironic, isn't it? Because we're here in Sunbury.
Look at us.
Yeah. And,
Which is why we've called the show Sons of Sunbury, because that was a big music event.
Yeah. And so he said, let's go and see them. And I said, ridiculous. We've got no tickets. How are we going to do that? So we drove back to Melbourne in the big 350 Ford truck, got to his house, rang Queen, got through.
Hello, Queen.
Is Queen there?
They all answered yes at the same time, in unison, but in
At the
harmony.
Southern Cross it was too, by the way.
That's some hotel.
Yeah. And they said, of course, you're coming to the show, so we'll leave your names at the door. So we get there, front row tickets.
Was there a door at Sunbury?
No, not at Sunbury. This is at Festival Hall. By now, they're huge.
I've got news on that show, by the way.
What?
No, but they weren't huge the first time they came to Australia.
No, when they came to Sunbury, they went, no.
No, they were
He was
terrible.
the only one who believed in them, Chris, our manager.
Like ghosts.
Yeah. But when they came back, that's right. But when they came back, this is 1976.
Yeah.
Night at the Opera, number one.
Whew.
Yeah, that's when we went and saw them at Festival Hall.
Yes.
Front row seats. Show, unbelievable. I said, see you later, I'm going. He said,
Night at the Opera.
Yeah. There was a Night at the Opera and Bohemian
A
Rhapsody.
Day at the Races.
No, it hadn't come out yet.
Their earlier album, An Afternoon at the Podiatrist. Not so good.
A week at the dentist. That was a good one.
Terrible. A morning at the Vic Roads trying to get their license. That was a shit day. Okay, queuing with Indians. Bad.
So then Chris said, we're going backstage to meet them. Now, this is for me like meeting the Beatles. I don't want to do that. I said, no. No, come on, we're going to go. So we go backstage.
Hang on. This is for me meeting the Beatles. I don't want to do that.
It's like meeting the Beatles. You don't want to meet your heroes.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I don't. Oh, I didn't. I did.
I've met you.
Well, that's right. How was it?
Beautiful.
Was it?
Yeah,
Wasn't
you were
disappointed?
everything I'd hoped.
Wasn't disappointed?
No.
Oh, that's nice.
You were glorious. You were spoken of very well before I met you.
Oh, good. Thank you. Were you a
People-
Taste fan? Were you?
What?
Were you a Taste fan?
Oh, no. This was when I was playing piano bar back in the 80s, and people said, oh, you must meet Ken Murdoch. He'll make you look great, they used to say. So I was very much looking forward to seeing you and hearing you.
And I made you look great, didn't
Do you
I?
remember the X Club?
I do.
Whoa.
We're talking not the sex club.
No, the X Club,
The
which was a
X Club.
nightclub where bouncers were outside throwing people in. Oh, my God. The guy who ran it was an Italian guy who came out from Italy when he was 2 by himself. Tough.
Tough guy.
In the restaurant, they had broken leg of lamb. This was a tough venue. And Ken used to finish at like 3 in the morning
Yeah,
or
I did,
something.
3.
And most people would have said,
That's enough.
enough already. Enough with the piano. Okay? Now bring out the bandages and Denka rub, right? But no, who do they put on? Shit-faced Fields. Start at 3:30, go to 6:30.
Yeah. How were you faring at that time? Were you did you
Brutal.
have a
Because I
few?
just finished at Lazar's up the road.
Yeah.
There was a time. People talk about long hours. I used to play no break at Lazar's from 10 till 3. No break.
I cannot understand no break.
Let me tell you why. It wasn't because they told me to have no break. It's because the time went quicker.
Oh, yeah, I get that.
So I used to play for 5 hours at Lazar's and then come down to the X Club and start at 3:30. After having done 5 hours playing piano and singing at Lazar's, bring my little TR 505 down to the X Club, start at 3:30 and just dodge the body parts as they flew at me.
It was a tough gig.
Remember they used to put a light on if you were downstairs and the
Yeah,
light would go
yeah,
on.
and all the
The
bouncers-
bouncers would run upstairs
Yeah.
if it was a green light, or downstairs if it was a red light.
They also locked the door. If you
Oh,
were downstairs,
man.
there was a fire upstairs. You couldn't get out. Yeah, I
Terrible.
think they did that for fires too.
That was a tough place. But it was fun. It was great.
Remember the
And that's
backdrop?
sort of where, yeah.
It was backdrop of famous people drawn by his girlfriend.
Yes.
And you couldn't tell anyone.
No,
Who's that?
because she
That's
was
the
not
Beatles. No,
tremendously a gifted artist.
no. Is that the Beatles?
You know
No, that's
how
the Who.
Picasso cut off one of his ears? She cut off one of her hands. Not so good. Worst artist ever. She was on the wall at the School of the Blind, as Thank God We're Blind wall, they used to call it. Anyway, moving on. Queen,
All right,
sorry.
So Queen, yeah. So I met them backstage, and they took us out to dinner at Maxime's in Toorak. Just us and them.
Not
And-
Maxim's.
No, not well.
Maxine's was a strip club in Richmond.
Oh, Maxims. Is it
Maxims, yes. Just
Really?
in Chapel Street around the corner from Toorak Road there.
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Fancy restaurant.
it was. They had the whole restaurant to themselves.
Oh.
So I ordered. The waiter came over and said, "Would you like smoked salmon or oysters?" And I was 17. I didn't know what either of those were, but smoked salmon sounded horrible. Smoked? What's smoked?
You'd never heard of salmon?
No.
Or oysters?
I only just started eating salmon now.
You were from Sunbury, though.
No, I was from Brunswick, remember?
Oh, yeah, okay.
So I order the oysters,
Hmm.
not knowing how to eat an oyster. I chew them.
Shell and all. It's tough. As you overcook this.
A dozen oysters I ate.
That's a lot of shell.
I see
You
what
were
they call shellfish.
You're $1.60 a litre after that.
So then Brian May saw me on my own and said, "Come and sit with me." I go and sit down. He goes, "You haven't eaten your oysters." So I ate another 12 oysters.
Yeah.
And then I ran to the toilet and was vomited.
Brian May,
Good times.
his hair was impersonating Isaac Newton. If you look up a picture of Isaac Newton and put Brian May against it, you go, oh my God, that is the same goddamn hair. It really is extraordinary. And yet an apple didn't fall on Brian May's head.
No.
No, you know what fell on Brian May's head?
What?
Freddie Mercury's genitals. Freddie Mercury liked to party. He's from Morocco.
Is he?
Yeah, his family were from Morocco.
true?
That's absolutely true.
Let me check my notes.
You can look it up. I'm telling you, Freddie Mercury from Morocco
he's from-
moved to England as Middle Eastern immigrants.
Yes, that's. Oh, hang on, I'm reading the David Bowie. That's next week. That's why I'm wrong.
Yeah, don't get confused. No, he was not like Ahmed Stardust. Not him. Different
Now,
guy.
do you know about Queen, their qualifications? Do you know their...
They have a degree in marketing.
John Deacon has
Yeah.
a degree in electronics. That's the bass player.
Uh-huh.
Brian May, a degree in physics and astronomy.
Please say that
Astronomy.
again. God bless you.
I had to go.
God, I love you.
Freddie Mercury has a degree in graphic design.
Yeah.
Now, this is the important one.
What is it?
Roger Meadow Taylor, the drummer,
Yeah.
has a degree in biology and dentistry.
Not the original drummer.
No.
First drummer.
Yes.
You know who it was?
I'm guessing, is his initials F. Muck?
Yes. Fatso McGee. Now, let me tell you where they first met.
Right.
Queen came out to Australia in the very early 70s and played at Festival Hall
Right.
and got booed off stage.
Right, go on.
That's actually true.
It's Sunbury they got booed off.
No. They played Festival Hall. They were nothing. And they were supporting. They were supporting Fatso McGee
Oh, I
and
see.
his band,
I'm sorry. I see.
the Fatso McGeezers. Now, he was famous.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course, we all know Fatso played with the Beatles, right?
Yes.
And
Monkeys.
and the Monkeys, but he made his fame from doing covers, well, sort of covers, reworkings of Beatles songs. Penny Street, okay, Lady Madonna Buing, which was about going up to a day trip to a shit snow resort in Melbourne, okay, and the very, very racy and saucy
Yeah.
A Day in the Wife. So Fatso McGee was in the headline band and they met in the green room.
Right.
And they said, you know what we need? A drummer. Because at the moment, our songs are too complicated. People would sit there in the audience with a headache trying to work out what was going on with... Because Queen's songs are operatic.
Oh, they're very hard.
They are hard.
Yeah.
Even the band didn't know them.
No.
They were hard,
They had to
right?
go and buy the book.
Yeah, exactly. They had to go and buy the album to learn their own songs. They'd record the album, then go and buy it and go, oh, man, this is really intense.
We got a songbook for this.
Yeah, and their drummer, of course, he died of Jetus. Jetus is where the wall of your arsehole caves in, the shit flows to your liver. It's a terrible thing. He died, and they said, does anyone know how to play the drums? And Fatso, who was about to go on as the headline, the band were going, Fatso, Fatso. And, you know, the crowd, whew, huge. People were big. And he said, you know what? After this gig, I might have some time. So they said, come on board. And he came on board as their first drummer, but then he lost it, unfortunately. And they gave it to
Roger Meadow Taylor.
double-barreled name.
A dentist.
Didn't cover it. You see, because have you seen Freddie's
Well,
teeth?
that's what I'm saying.
Yes, because Freddie had teeth designed to eat a tomato through a tennis racket. So he thought, you know what I need? Braces. And they put him on his legs and he looked like Tiny Tim from Scrooge. And he said, no, I didn't mean that. And then what he did was, to keep his pants up, also wrong. And they finished up never fixing his braces. So whenever he gave head, because he was extremely gay,
God.
people used to finish up in intensive care after a night with him. You know what they had on their dicks? They had dick graze. Grazes on his dicks, these people. So Freddie, what I have to say, without a word of a lie, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, the greatest rock singer ever.
I believe that too. His voice, he's hitting high B flats. That's pretty high for a guy. In normal voice, that's incredibly high.
He could get up even higher. He used to hit a D, E flat, and an E.
Yeah.
Just extraordinary.
But yeah.
What about Who Wants to Live Forever?
Yes.
Like later in their career.
Yeah.
Ironically, he died not long
He
after
didn't
that.
write it, so, you know, it wasn't like he was, you know.
I'm not saying he wrote it, but he certainly sang it.
No. I remember he sang it.
But the intervals that he sung in that song are spectacular. These days, without auto-tune, you listen to people who are singing now and it sounds like dreadful, right? He was without the aid, because auto-tune hadn't been invented. He was singing intervals like sixths and eighths and stuff and just hitting it bang on the note. Believe me, I know, because this is what I know.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, my word, this is just a beautiful singer.
You think you can sing something like Someone to Love, and you can't. It's really hard. I mean, you can if you study it, but I think what happened a lot of the time is that he has an idea and goes in and then just freeforms it. That's what I think happens a lot with Queen, because it doesn't make sense, does it?
What's your favourite Queen album?
I like the first album, Meet the Queen.
Not at the. Or Meet the.
No.
Meet the Queen. There was a lot of bowing. You know, old people hated that because they had bad knees.
Yes.
You have to bow to meet the Queen. My favourite News of the World.
I like Sheer Heart Attack.
That's on that album.
Is it?
Yeah, it's
Well,
the
there's
third
another
track.
album called Sheer Heart Attack.
Well, there's a third.
See, they're being clever.
Yeah, double dipping.
Yeah.
The third track on News of the World is Sheer Heart Attack.
Yeah.
It actually is. That is a great album because it's more accessible. They don't try to be too clever.
No, because they were trying to get back to punk.
I don't know about punk, but rock and roll.
That was what their intention was. For them, that's what they were trying
But there's
to
an incredible diversity of songs. Like there's a Calypso song,
Yes.
Who Needs You?
Written by John Deacon. John Deacon wrote a lot of songs.
From the university.
No, not Deacon University. John Deacon, the bass player who wrote You're My Best Friend. He wrote Another One Bites the Dust.
Boom, 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 boom.
I can't hear the piano.
You keep showing off that you can play the
I
piano.
usually be on the piano, really, but the mics are set up
Don't say
different.
that.
No. All right, I won't. And Roger Meadow Taylor wrote Radio Gaga.
All we hear is.
Yeah. So they all were very good songwriters. I've got some facts here that you might be interested to know. Queen have sold, now I'm not going to get this wrong, but it's right.
I'm not going to get this wrong, but it's right.
Yeah. Queen have sold 300 million records worldwide.
You said that about Fleetwood Mac.
But this is
and it was
true.
30 million.
Yeah. But this is true. 'Cause
300
on
million.
the internet.
There's 7 billion people in the world.
Well, everyone has a Queen album. No, that would be 7 billion. 300 million. That's not a lot. Every household.
Look at you working that out on the spot.
Every household
Yes.
has a Queen record. All right. Bohemian Rhapsody is the number one single of all time selling singles, over 6 million in America alone.
6 million seems shy.
Shy.
Yeah, given there's 330 million people in America, I think 6 million seems a little bit shy.
This could have been a couple of years ago.
I think that's completely wrong. Right. If you were to Google how many people bought Bohemian Rhapsody, I think it would be probably more 600 million.
100 million, you're saying?
I think so.
That's a bloody lot. Well,
and what about when Mike Myers... Whoa! Time to stop talking about Queen. Time to start talking about this movie.
Time to pee.
Okay.
Sons of Sunbury are on their way.
Well, we've got a new segment this week. It's been suggested by Glenn Muir. Little Glenn Muir. You know him?
I don't know that he's little. It's nice.
All right. So he suggested, why don't you do a joke every week on behalf of your great father comedian, Maury Fields, in his voice? So that's our new segment. What do you think about that?
I think that's a nice thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do a joke from Dad's act, not from my act. This is actually from my father's act.
Right.
From my dad died 24 years ago, but obviously I saw him thousands of times.
Yes.
So each week I'll do a joke from Dad's act. And now it's time for Maury's Joke of the Week.
So this bloke's a farmer, you see, and he's got a farm out in the outback, and a bloke from the local council's turned up and he said, I've come to check your fence lines. And the farmer's gone, no worries, all right, what do you want to do? And he said, I want to check all your fence lines around the whole property to make sure you're not encroaching onto other joints, you know what I mean? The bloke's gone, yeah, sweet. So anyway, he's gone, yeah, that's all right. Now I need to get down to the bottom fence. And the farmer said, don't go down to the bottom fence. He said, excuse me, I am authorised to go down to the bottom fence. He said, I don't recommend that you go down to the bottom fence. He said, I'm going down. He said, you are not going down because I tell you what, if you go down, there'll be trouble. He said, don't you tell me I've got trouble. I've got qualifications. And he brings out a big piece of paper and it's got all his qualifications on it and everything. And he says, all right. And he reads it and he says, well, you know, you've got qualifications. And he said, yeah, I've got qualifications. And he goes into the bottom paddock and there's a big old bull down there, the nastiest, meanest, shithousest bull you've ever seen in your life. And the bloke's in the middle of the paddock and he's looking at the fence and suddenly the bull comes up behind him and the bloke running 100 mile an hour towards the fence and the bull's bulls gaining on him, and he said, "Help, help!" And the farmer yelled out, "Show him your qualifications."
All right. We're back. Guess
so
what?
strict. Yes.
Guess what? Queen's finished.
Done.
Well, I got lots of notes here that I didn't get to say anything of.
What do you got?
I Want to Break Free was based on Coronation Street in England. Did you know that?
Riveting.
The video. Not the song. All right, don't worry. I got nothing now.
got
Michael
nothing.
Jackson suggested Another One Bites the Dust should be released as a single, and it became number one.
Who listened to him?
One of the few things that he actually...
We should do Michael Jackson one week.
Or do you think?
I love Michael Jackson. The guy was a genius. I didn't care who was banging. The guy was a genius.
He was forever blowing bubbles.
Yeah. Being his monkey.
Freddie Mercury required his assistant to have a pen and paper with him at all times in case he was inspired to write down some ideas.
Did he have some problem with his hands? Couldn't write his own shit down.
I know what he was doing with his hands. There's another one. He wrote Crazy Little Thing called Love in the bath. Rumour has it that he had his piano moved to his bath side. So he's in the bath playing the piano.
He would have need to have put a towel on the seat. Because if you bound out of the bath, jump on the piano, you know what gets wet? The seat.
No, he's in the bath playing the piano. You know, over the top of the bath. The piano's right next to the bath.
So the bath was like underneath. Well, where do the pedals go?
I don't know about the pedals, so I don't think he had pedals.
You didn't think this through.
Well, I'm just telling you what I read, that's all.
What's wrong?
He didn't think he was a very good pianist and feared playing Bohemian Rhapsody on stage, which is what I do every night too.
Yeah, I imagine.
Yeah, and he wrote it. All right, that's it. That's all right. It's time to move on.
Okay. Tell me about the movie, Kenny boy.
Oh, now.
Allow me to get my popcorn ready.
Yeah, now this movie is called Rumblefish.
Okay.
It's by Francis Ford Coppola.
Now, we listened to Captain Phillips last week, didn't we?
Yes.
And we explored your incredible acumen on geography.
Yeah.
All right. Thrill me again.
I haven't bothered to... I thought we finished with geography, so I think I'll be all right.
Yep.
With this movie, at least. Now, this is how it goes.
Okie dokie, baby.
Now, he's a great director in the world. We all
Francis
know.
Ford Coppola.
Yeah, big name. He's up there with Spielberg and...
It's a long name.
Yeah, long, big.
That's why he couldn't get in the Beatles. Wouldn't fit around the drum.
That's right.
They already had the Beatles.
That's right.
Happy Norman wouldn't fit.
No, Happy Normal. That was great. That was another thing that a lot of the listeners, well, I say a lot too.
We need doyens
Doyens.
who have listened to our previous podcasts to understand the references to previous podcasts.
We might get a cult. You never know. People could be...
We could kill everybody drinking the orange cordial.
Well, I wasn't thinking that far, but we could have Sons of Sunbury Fest.
Yeah, we could.
We could have it in the Sunbury Memorial Hall.
Absolutely.
All our fans could come and
Seats
quote
15.
us.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, ask us questions. Now, Francis Ford Coppola. Have a listen to this. Coppola.
Yes.
Have a listen to
Francis
this.
Ford Colostomy. Yes.
Have a listen to these movies that he's made.
Yes.
The Godfather.
Love it. 1, 2, and 3.
Unbelievable. Well, 3 not so good. 1 and 2 definitely.
Are you kidding? They all won an Academy Awards.
Number
Best
3
film.
is, have a look at it.
Spectacular. I've seen it.
Apocalypse Now.
Yep. Amazing.
Incredible
I love
movie.
the smell of
He's
napalm in
killing
the
it.
morning.
He's on fire.
Yep.
The Outsiders. I think that's one of his early ones.
Yep.
Rumblefish. All right, so keep in mind he's done all these movies.
Yep.
Rumblefish.
Is this about when you eat the bad salmon and we put a
No,
microphone to your gut?
No, it's not. Oh, but
Tell me about it, Ken. Is that the movie we're doing today?
that's the movie we're about to do.
Rumblefish.
Rumblefish.
Go for it.
All right. The budget, $10 million.
Okay.
It made back 2.5.
10 million is not a lot of money in movie world.
Maybe in those days.
How old is it?
70. It's after where is it?
Really?
Oh no, it's 1983. It's earlier. All right, fair enough. I'll give him that. But he has made Apocalypse Now by now, so he should be good at it.
Apocalypse.
So, all right,
Apocalypse
number 1.
soon. Yes.
Big mistake. Makes it in black and white. Now,
Why?
who knows?
You know
Because-
dogs see in black and white.
Well, maybe he made it for dogs.
Who knows? My dog watches television when I go out.
Does it only watch Marx Brothers movies?
No, I put on the Animal Planet.
Does it?
Yeah, I do.
Do you really do that?
I really do.
'Cause I
On
believe
Foxtel. I'm telling you, I put up the Animal Channel when I have to go out like all day and family are out. We put up the Animal Channel on Foxtel for the dog and the cat.
And do you come home and hear the remote change channels? Like he's on the dog porn channel?
She changes to Ellen.
He watches Ellen.
She watches Ellen.
She, that's right, Stella.
Yeah.
All right. So the movie's in black and white. Now, as we know, there are some fantastic modern movies in black and white. Broadway Danny Rose by Woody Allen.
A great film.
Right.
Schindler's List. Sorry.
Yeah. And very cleverly uses red in one scene. Very
One
clever.
scene for the little girl.
Francis Ford Coppola decides to do that as well, but with a fish.
The fish is in red?
The fish is in red.
Really?
And that fish...
What's the fish name?
Rumble. It's a rumblefish.
It's called Rumble. Who named the fish?
Well, the fish is in a pet store, so I don't know if they've got names.
All right, start at the beginning. It's a good place.
At the beginning. Now, listen, I'll tell you the cast as we go along.
Okay.
The main character.
Yeah.
The main character, his name's Rusty James. Right? That's not a good name for a punk.
If I met somebody called Rusty James, I would spray them with WD-40.
Good.
That will free them up. Yeah. That will free them up. You can move them then. Otherwise, you're stuck with them.
So he's played by Matt Dillon.
Oh, I love him.
Do you? Well, you wouldn't have loved him in this film because
A wonderful actor.
I have not in this film. He isn't. Oh, he's terrible. That's what this film should have been fantastic.
Hang on.
Rusty James.
An actor doing a bad movie doesn't make them a bad actor. It just means that they have to do the words that are in the script. The script's bad.
Yeah, the script is pretty bad, but the direction, obviously, he didn't control these boys because they're out of control.
All right.
Now he's in a gang called the Motorcycle Boys.
Worst name ever.
Hang on, listen to he says in the movie, I came over to the Motorcycle Gang Boys from Swamp Babies.
Also, not so good.
He was in a gang called the
Because
Swamp Babies.
all you can think of people with mosquito bites all over them.
Babies.
And maybe a leech on their buttock.
Already, it's looking bad.
What's the plot, Ken?
Well, his best friend is Smokey, Nicolas Cage.
Does he smoke?
Yeah, he does. Everyone smokes in this movie. Everyone. Because in those days, everyone smoked.
Who didn't?
Diane Lane is his girlfriend.
I have a friend who lived on Diane Lane.
You know her?
Not so much.
You do. You know. Tom Waits is the barman.
I love Tom Waits,
Yeah.
the musician.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Not so much the
Can we
actor.
please do Tom Waits one week?
Yeah,
Because
of
I'm
course.
actually quite an authority on Tom
All right.
Waits.
Has he got an album called Rumblefish?
You know what? He actually does. Something
doesn't he?
fish. I don't think it's
Let's go and
Rumblefish.
fish.
Something fish.
Grilled?
Don't order the fish, I think it's called.
Don't order the fish. It's
Don't order the fish.
all right. Put it in.
That's like Woolworth sushi. Don't order the fish.
No, we're going to have that later.
I know that.
All right. Now, Rusty's... Now, I did this last night.
Yeah, sorry.
So it says Rusty...
You did it in the dark.
It says on my phone.
Of course.
Rusty's genre... is
Genre?
into a... No, I don't think that's right.
Is it a little bit of a cut and paste going out of Wikipedia
Rusty's
there?
gang. Rusty's gang is in a rumble with the Motorcycle Boys. Oh, the Motorcycle Boys are the other gang. All right, that's fair enough. Fair enough.
So they're not the Motorcycle
No, I'm
Boys.
correcting myself as I go. It was dark.
What's Rusty's gang called?
They're called the rough guys.
Okay.
Keeping up with the...
Okay.
Right,
the rough guys.
Yeah.
All right. Whoa. Trey's intimidating. Yeah, go on.
So he's with Diane Lane when they're supposed to be at a rumble with the Motorcycle Boys. So he's late.
Not a fight.
Rumble.
What's the difference?
Oh, they fight and they rumble.
I think in Rumble, Bernstein's done the soundtrack.
I tell you-
Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. Nice.
No, let me tell you who did the soundtrack.
Who?
Stuart Copeland from The Police.
I love him. There's a drummer from Police. Also
Worst
did
soundtrack in the world.
did the theme to The Equalizer.
Did he?
Edward Woodward.
Did he really?
You know,
sure?
yeah, absolutely. I promise you. He did the soundtrack
Is he
to...
too young for that?
No, he did the TV series The Equalizer. Edward Woodward would be the worst name, that's his name, would be the worst name to be paged at the MCG. Woodward, Edward Woodward.
All right. So he's late to the rumble.
Yep.
Now, this is some of the dialogue to give you an idea, because some of the
I still don't know what the plot is.
Well, we're getting there, but the dialogue is so bad. I'm writing some of it down because it was so bad. Here we go. Rusty James. My brother's the coolest. His girlfriend says, you're better than cool. You're warm. So that's the dialogue we're dealing with, all right? They meet up with the other gang.
You know what? That's not writing, that's typing.
That's true. The leader of the other gang is Biff.
Based on the West Side Story character of Riff.
Yeah, yes.
But we're calling him Biff from Death of a Salesman.
Yeah, but what about Michael Jackson? What about Back to the Future? Is Biff there too?
Okay. I'm going to go with the
It's Death of the Salesman.
Arthur Miller, but all right, go on.
That. Right.
My dad played Willie Loman.
Really?
Yep. And got
You should
a
have played
Green Room
Biff.
Award. I was a little young at the time, but he got a Green Room Award as Best Actor in a play.
Wow. I love that play. That's great. I've seen that a few times. All right. So the leader is Biff. So Smokey, Nicolas Cage.
Who
says-
smokes?
Yeah, who smokes? He says to Rusty James,
Yeah.
careful, man. I hear he's been popping pills.
Oh.
To which RJ, Rusty James, says, I hate fighting hopped up people.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Have you ever run into someone on ice?
But are you loving the conversation? What about the script?
Tell me about the plot.
What?
The plot.
Oh, the plot.
What happens in the
Well,
story?
All right, yeah, but this is it.
No.
They have a
All we
fight.
know is this is some sort of shit conversation. I don't know what's going on with the plot.
They're having a fight, and Rusty James gets stabbed. So this is when the big stuff happens.
How does the movie start?
What I just told you. Exactly how I told you.
They just have that terrible bit of dialogue.
Yeah.
And they're off to a brawl.
Yeah.
And they have the fight.
Yeah.
And Rusty gets stabbed.
And then
So nothing's happened before that.
nothing's happened. There's
So
nothing.
this is the beginning. This
This
is
is
like
it.
3 minutes into the film.
Yeah.
All right, lay it on me.
Then a motorcycle pulls up.
Who's on it?
Mickey Rourke.
You made that up.
No, he's on it.
What's he doing in it?
He's the brother of RJ,
Who's RJ?
Rusty James.
The guy who got stabbed.
Yeah.
So he's turned up on his motorbike. His
Yeah.
brother's been stabbed.
Yeah.
Does he ring 911?
No, he stares at them, and both gangs stop fighting.
From his stop fighting stare.
That's right.
His superpower. His superpower.
You don't want to take him to the fights.
No. So Mickey Rourke
Yeah.
turns up. Is this before or after he married Melanie Griffith?
Who did he marry?
Melanie Griffith.
Did he? No, this is before. He's very young in it. He looks like Sting. He's so young. He's got
Sting's
that,
not young.
No, but you know, remember when Sting had that
In Quadrophenia.
hair?
Yeah,
like Sting in
yeah.
Quadrophenia. That's a great movie.
There's a
Good, actually.
movie.
Now, here's his opening line.
Yeah.
Pulls up on the bike, stares at him, fight stops.
Does he get off the bike?
No. He
Sits
goes-
on the bike.
He's on the bike.
It's hard to hold those bikes up when they're not moving.
And do the stare and say to this two gangs fighting,
Okay, cue, go.
what is this? Another glorious battle for the kingdom?
There's a line.
Hey,
You can't teach that.
that's his opening line.
That's some line.
That's right.
And then does you look over his brother goes, oh shit, you've got blood oozing out of you.
More or less.
I should call the ambulance.
No, he doesn't call it ambulance. He drives his motorcycle into Biff and runs him over.
Hit and run?
And you know what he says to him?
I can't imagine.
You're one dead cat. Eh? So
No,
Mickey Rourke
I've had a dead cat run over, not by a motorcycle.
No.
Was run over by the Bottle-O truck.
Bottle-O.
Remember them?
Yes.
He ran over our frickin' cat, this asshole. So I blamed my father's drinking on my Smokey dying, Smokey the cat.
What was the cat called? Smokey.
Smokey the
Same
cat.
as the guy as a Nicolas Cage.
Whoa.
Oh, this is great.
Look at that.
I know. You could have called your cat Nicolas Cage. It would have been right.
Yeah.
Now, this is even better.
Yeah.
A cop from the village people turns up. This guy,
Gay.
he's dressed exactly like the guy from the Village People.
With a helmet?
The sunglasses, the helmet, the whole works.
He was a motorcycle cop.
Is he?
Well, that's why he had a freaking helmet on.
Okay.
You don't think cops walk down the street with a helmet?
It's rough America.
He was from Chips,
Chip, yeah, well, what?
you know, California motorcycle. I don't know where
What's
they...
H stand for?
I don't know. Highway.
Yeah. All right, so when Motorcycle Boy gets his brother back to the clubhouse, he does
Yes.
the only thing he can do.
Wait a minute. We've got a stab dude.
Yeah. Everyone drags off
You know
the
what?
inspector's stabbies.
I'm not going to take him to Alfred Hospital.
No.
I'm going to take him back to a clubhouse where we have a pre-set up triage room
Well,
and gauze.
he does. The other guy from the gang goes, "Oh, it looks pretty bad." And by the way, Mickey Rourke's name in this movie is called Motorcycle Boy. That's all he's referred to. Motorcycle.
Doesn't have a name.
Say. Motorcycle Boy.
Is that what they christened him?
That's, well, maybe, because that's the only name.
I don't think a priest would say that. I don't think a priest would pour water on a kid's head and said, "Arise, motorcycle boy."
Apparently in Francis Ford Coppola's
Okay.
world. So, now his brother's bleeding pretty bad, so... what
You're
do you-
pointing to the lower left quadrant of your abdomen. Which side was
I think
it?
it was the right, actually. But
The right.
Yeah.
More organs on your right. Did you know
there?
that? Yeah.
Wow.
It's your liver, yeah, all sorts of stuff over there.
What would you do? As you say, you would call the ambulance, perhaps?
Ambulance straight away.
He pours a bottle of vodka on him.
Okay, clearly he has not been to uni and studied first aid or medicine,
But
because
amazingly-
that's like third down on the list. That's not the number one.
It seems to have worked.
The number one these days would be to put something on Twitter or Facebook.
Yeah, take a photo.
This is my brother's gaping wound. And then me, like with a thumbs up and a selfie behind. Remember when selfies were what you did when your mum and dad weren't home? This is what he did. He didn't put it on social media. He poured vodka on it.
He poured vodka.
Meanwhile, the brother's lying there, very busy dying.
Yeah. No, but it happens. It seems to have cured it because he's up pretty.
It's a magical liquid.
It is.
The Russians swear by it.
Do they?
Oh, yeah.
Well, now he gets his brother back to the club. He does the thing like I said, vodka, and the guy
Go to the
goes.
hospital. He just pours vodka on
He
it.
pours vodka, and his friend goes, "What are you doing? That must hurt."
What? Pouring it?
Yeah.
No, you just lift it and turn it, and the vodka comes out.
Yeah, but not me.
Oh, you're talking about the cat on the
I think
ground
so, I
with
think
a
so.
stab wound?
Yeah. You see how I'm setting it up?
Not really. So far, I don't know shit.
Right.
I don't know what's happened in the plot. All right, so this is all in how long has the movie been going so far?
I reckon a good half an hour. A good half
It's
an hour.
taken this long to get
I reckon a
stabbed
good half
and
an
pour
hour.
vodka on it.
Yeah. Oh, when they had the fight,
Yeah.
they do a bit of the West Side Story dancing.
Da-da-da-da,
Yeah, they do that.
da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, you know. Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Punching, the guy goes flying to the wall, and yeah, all that.
So it starts with a brawl,
Yeah. But,
like your gigs.
yeah.
Yeah.
but Stuart Copeland decides what music should we have during a fight. Bit of reggae.
Oh.
Dunk, dunk, dunk. So it's like a comedy fight almost. Dunk, 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 dunk.
I'm getting the vibe you didn't like this.
I didn't like this movie. I think it's the worst movie ever made. Excruciating to watch. I've managed 15 minutes twice, but last night I forced myself to watch it. Wait till you hear the end. The end is... I didn't even know it was...
We must be a long way from the end.
No, because a lot of this is... I'm skipping now.
Okay.
The boy's father turns up, Dennis Hopper.
Yeah.
So you're getting a pretty good cast here.
Some actor, Dennis Hopper.
He's a drunken lawyer on welfare.
Okay.
After noticing his son has a 10-inch stab wound, he says to him...
You'd pick that up, wouldn't you?
Yeah, he said to him...
I
"Rusty
remember you as a
Jones,"
child. You had one less hole.
He said, "Rusty James, will you please be more careful?" That's what he said.
Yeah.
One guy's throwing
You've
vodka
caught
on him.
yourself on a knife there. You need to watch what you're doing.
Rusty James is dying going, "Can someone get a doctor?"
Yeah.
My father told me to be careful. He's throwing vodka on me.
Did he have a Medicare card or something?
Apparently not, because no one's rushing to go to the hospital. So what do you think of
This
it?
is like third aid, not first aid. It's the worst aid ever.
It's worst day.
He should have caught AIDS just to teach him.
He could have caught it from the story before.
It sounds like a night in the western suburbs. This is
it's
a
horrible.
terrible night. Yeah, okay.
They break into a house and have an orgy with some girls they met, right? I don't know why that was in there.
With him still bleeding.
He's in it.
He's in the orgy.
He's in the orgy.
He's lucky he
walking
didn't
now.
get a
He's
dick in his
walking.
guts.
He's walking around.
What happened to his guts?
The vodka fixed it.
No.
It did.
No, you go to a chemist, you don't say, I've got a chest infection, you can have some amoxil, or go next door to the bottle shop and get some vodka. They don't say that.
Well, this is in Francis Ford Coppola's movie. All right. So, next day at school, RJ walks
Archie?
into, Rusty James walks into school. He's at school.
You just say Rusty James.
And they say Rusty James throughout the whole movie. It drives me crazy. So, the first thing the office lady says to him, hungover again. He's supposed to be 16 or something.
Who's she saying that to?
To Rusty James.
The
Hungover
guy's been
again.
stabbed.
Yeah. No concern for his wound.
Nothing.
No, just, you're hungover.
I notice you're weeping. Wait a minute. I can't usually see your gallbladder.
So you're hungover again.
Yes.
All right. So, he gets kicked out of school.
Okay.
Suspended. Then he meets his girlfriend who knows about the party. She leaves him. Things are going bad. You can see
She's not into dudes who are stabbed.
that have sex at a party as well. So you can see that the friction is building inside of him. There's something going to explode.
He's about to go off.
He's about to go off.
He's going to turn.
He is. He's ready.
Yeah.
He meets up with his motorcycle boy brother
Yeah.
and calls him the Pied Piper
Why?
because he wants him to lead people. And you know what motorcycle boy says?
What?
You have to, if you're going to lead people, you have to go somewhere, man.
Oh.
Hey!
Look at that.
Scary.
You know what that is?
What?
Shakespeare.
That's right.
That's some writing
And
there.
I'm pretty sure that Francis Ford Coppola thought this is going to be a movie that's going to revolutionise.
This will be the turning point.
This is my.
Everyone hated The Godfather.
Yeah, that's right.
This is going to be the moment.
I'm onto something.
Yeah.
This will have sequels. There'll be Rumblefish 2.
Yeah, exactly. Rumblefish 2, the fillet.
All right. So, they get drunk together.
Yeah.
And then they get ambushed in an alley.
Ooh.
All right. Now, RJ Rumble.
Just keep saying his name.
Rusty James.
Thank you.
Gets hit with a bottle
Bye.
because they've been ambushed
That doesn't imply bottle. You can be ambushed.
or mugged. How's that?
What about just in a punch-up up a lane?
No, but they're not going there to fight. They're walking down the lane, minding their own business,
Why?
because it's the quickest way to get to the street. They actually
Is
say
that where they parked or something?
Yeah, they actually say we shouldn't go down this alley.
And
Rusty Jones goes, don't worry about it, man. But then
and
they get
everyone
attacked.
says, how come I can see your pancreas?
Don't worry about it, it's just a flesh wound.
Yeah.
Motorcycle boy
Tis
goes,
but a flesh wound.
Motorcycle boy goes, more vodka.
Yeah, that's what we need. That'll heal him. The
So-
vodka, the Jesus spirit. Yeah.
It's all right, we're getting to the end now.
Oh, thank
So
God.
he gets hit with a bottle and
Yes.
robbed.
Robbed?
Yeah.
Of what? Bandages?
No, definitely not stitches.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Now, here, listen to this. This is really interesting. This is where Francis Ford Coppola goes a bit surreal. Rusty James, I had to remember his
Already.
name, floats above his body. He sees them all, right? The attackers and everything. He sees his father beating him. He sees his girlfriend leaving him. He sees getting
Did his life flash before his eyes?
Yes.
Ah.
But for no reason,
No reason. He saw a clown.
he floats back. He floats back down into his body. Not quite dead. Dead? No. Back.
So nearly dead.
Nearly dead. but
And
not
then
enough.
floats back into his body and goes, shit, I've still got that hole in my guts. So has he actually still got a hole in his guts?
Yeah.
So at
But now
no
he's got
point.
now he's got one on his head.
Well, that'll balance the.
Because they hit him on the head with the bottle. Right? Now, guess who turns up?
Fatso McGee.
No. No.
He auditioned.
No, he did.
You know what he did? He auditioned
Yes.
as the paramedic. And all he does is wait in the side and never gets called.
Yeah, that's right.
Very frustrating role.
Maybe I lost the pages.
Nothing. He's looking through the script. Dude, I'm not in this shit at all. What's going on? This
He could have
cat's
brought
been
something to the
stabbed.
movie. He would have been good in the movie. 'Cause
Wonderful.
A paramedic might have made it quicker.
He had credits
Was he a nurse? Had he done the work?
in a number of productions. He had been a nurse,
Tootsie?
yes, and also had done Shakespeare, so he was familiar with this style of writing.
Yes.
Yes.
Very good. Well,
He actually used to make breakfasts at McDonald's in Hamlet.
yes. Yes.
Wonderful.
Did they serve bacon and... No, that wouldn't work. They served hash browns and Hamlet.
Ah,
Sausages and Hamlet?
not at
Sausages
first.
and Hamlet.
Yes.
That's great.
Thank
I'll
you.
cut that rest out and it'll just seem like I'm
Yeah,
funny.
your line's better than mine. Okay.
All right. Now, oh yeah, Motorcycle Boy arrives, just bashes everyone. The whole
Why?
gang. Because he's that guy.
It's
He's-
Nicolas Cage.
Eh?
Nicolas Cage is motorcycle. No, Mickey Rourke.
No, Mickey Rourke.
Mickey Rourke, who
Yeah.
likes hitting people.
No. But Nicolas Cage comes into it now.
I work with him, you know.
Come back. Yeah, you're on Skyrider.
Close. All right, move on.
Did you meet him?
Rider.
Did you meet him?
Yes.
Did you meet Nicolas Cage?
Yes.
What do you say?
Get out of my way. Yeah.
All right. So, Nicolas Cage turns up at the bar with Rusty James' girlfriend. Another.
The one that left him
Yeah.
because he had a hole in him.
That's right.
And she said, that's it.
That's it. Well,
Yeah.
another bad thing happening to him. So, a lot of bad things happening to him.
Okay.
So, he goes looking for his
It's going
brother,
forever, this
Motorcycle
movie.
Boy.
Yeah.
We've got 2 lines left, basically.
Go for it.
Guess where Motorcycle Boy is. You'll never guess. Have a go. I'll give you 3
Where
guesses.
is he?
3. He's in a building. I'll give you 3 guesses.
Vic Roads.
No.
All right. Second guess.
Yep.
The Australian Apiarist Society.
No.
They
Considering
keep
it's not,
bees.
Think out of Australia.
All right.
Think generic, because it doesn't have to be Australian or American or anything. Just think of something.
The Royal and Ancient Golf Club of Scotland.
No. He's in a pet shop.
Second guess.
It would have been your 4th guess.
Don't keep count. It'll do you no good. There's
shop.
no points. No points for numeracy.
Pet shop.
What was he getting in the pet shop?
What do you think he's looking at?
A Norwegian blue.
No.
Beautiful plumage.
No. What's the name of the film?
Forget now.
Rumblefish.
Captain Phillips.
No, he's looking at the Rumblefish.
What the fuck is a rumblefish?
A Rumblefish is a fish that is so angry with its other fish, they have to separate each Rumblefish. So they're all in separate little things, cages, basically.
Never heard of this
Not
fish.
cage.
You go down to Pet Warehouse
Yeah.
and say, I'll have the rumblefish. They won't give it to you. Go to McDonald's, then they'll give it to you.
Well, these
We'll give you a rumblefish fillet of fish, they said.
Rumble fillet of fish.
Yeah. And you can upgrade to the meal deal. That's some buying. That's some value there.
I don't know how they make any money.
No.
We've talked about this.
They're boarding up the windows. They got nothing.
You know, there's a Japanese all-you-can-eat up in Sunbury.
Yes.
$35 all you can eat.
Yes.
Absolutely incredible.
They've-
When James, my son, walks in, they close the door.
Yeah. They've renamed that. All you can tolerate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, all right. So he's in the pet shop. By the way, look, he's engrossed with the Rumblefish. Looking at
Worst
him.
movie ever.
All
Yeah.
in colour. The Rumblefish. don't
Hang on,
forget.
we're in black and white.
Yeah, but the Rumblefish are in colour.
Not like the girl in Schindler's Fist.
Well, a little bit,
Except they're fish.
except they're fish and they're orange.
And not
red.
human.
Yeah.
And orange.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So he says to
He
the
says to
pet
them.
man,
Yes.
I wonder if these fish fight because they're in these little enclosed aquariums.
Yeah.
I wonder if they would fight in the river,
What river?
in the sea.
And the
I'm
guy
not going
said,
into what sea. Let's not go there.
no, but are they saltwater or freshwater fish?
Freshwater.
River.
River. Yeah, yeah. Look at me. So,
Look at you. Look you. Ichthyologist. Yes.
So later that night, they break into the pet shop.
Yeah.
They set free all the animals.
This movie wants me to stab myself in the eyeball.
I tell you, it's the worst movie of the world.
And it might be a little bit about your explaining it.
Yeah, what? No. I think I'm doing it credit.
Do you?
Anyhow, so he walks out with the fish because he's going to put him in the river. Right? He's got him under his arms.
He's got
They're in
no bag of water or anything. Just he's backed them in his pocket.
They're in little compartments of water. Gets on the motorcycle, goes to take off to go to the river, gets near the river. Guess who comes out from behind the shadows?
Fatso McGee.
No! Village people cop.
Forgot about him.
He comes out and shoots not Nicholas Cage, and shoots
Mickey
Mickey
Rourke.
Rourke. Never gets the fish to the river.
What happens to the fish?
Rusty James sneaks around the police
With the hole in his guts.
with a hole in the gut, grabs him,
Yeah.
throws him in the river.
And then dies.
No, the police grab him, bring him back.
For illegally putting fish in a river?
I think so. That's not.
Why?
Well, I
What
don't
crime?
know. I don't know
What has he perpetrated?
Well, he was part of the robbery
What robbery?
of the pet shop.
I thought you said he bought the fish.
No, he didn't buy him. He went back and stole them.
Who steals from a pet shop?
That's what I was
That's a
saying.
master criminal.
He also-
That's
he
like
also
someone breaking into a bank and stealing the pens. Why would you do that?
That's true. So, motorcycle boy dies.
Who? Mickey Rourke.
Mickey Rourke, right? They take away Rusty James, right?
Yeah.
Now, you think, all right, this is terrible, this movie.
At
That's
some
it.
point, the cops are going to go, I've never seen a gaping wound in a guts like that before.
Let's get more vodka.
Yeah. That's what we need. So they went to their minibar.
Last scene of the movie.
Praise Jesus.
Last
Yes.
scene of the movie. There's a river or an ocean. Let's go with river. Makes more sense.
Yes.
A motorbike pulls up
Yes.
in the shadows,
Uh-huh.
silhouetted.
But we know it's a motorbike
Yeah.
because we can hear it.
Motorcycle boy gets off.
Who's that?
Mickey Rourke.
He's dead.
That's right.
Wait a minute.
Francis Ford Coppola.
I see a flaw in the
Tricky-S.
plot.
Yeah. That's right.
A hole.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens.
Did you just say that's what happens?
That's in the movie. What do you think?
I'm going to go with the fact that there's no disparity whatsoever between the movie and you.
No.
And based on that, I'm not so good on this movie.
Okay.
I don't like this movie so much.
Out of 5?
Out of 5, 2.
Oh, I would have gone minus.
No. Because I've got to give myself this. I don't know what you're bringing up next week. I've got to give myself some elbow room.
Okay.
Wiggle room.
Now, as we've got a couple of minutes left, should we play a scene from the movie?
You know I hate this.
Yeah, but people love it.
Oh,
Little Sean O'Cully said that's my favourite part of the podcast.
All right, go.
All right. What part should we play? Let's do the pet shop.
Can I play the guy with a hole in his guts?
Yeah.
All right, go.
All right. You're Rusty James.
Yes.
I'm Motorcycle Boy.
Yes.
All right. Hey, shop owner.
Yes.
How much are these fish?
Hang on, who are you?
I'm Motorcycle Boy.
And I'm.
Well, at the moment you're Rusty James, but you could
Who's
do
playing
it.
the? Yeah.
Dual role, please.
All right.
Hey, shop owner.
Yes.
How much are these rumblefish?
$9.99.
A kilo?
Sure.
All right. They're all in separate cages. What happened if I put them all together?
You would have many fish, and they would still be $9.99.
Would they kill each other? Is my
No.
point.
No.
Do you know anything about fish?
Most certainly. Yes, I am quite an authority on fish. I must say, however, I used to be an intensive care nurse, and I can't help but notice that your friend here has a gaping wound in his abdomen.
He's fine, but do you have any vodka?
We don't drink a lot of vodka, but we do, however, we like Sprite.
I don't think that will work, Sprite. But let's ask him. Rusty James, how are you feeling now? It's been about 2 hours.
I got a hole in my gut. I got a hole in my gut, and I need some vodka or Sprite. Wait a minute, I've just had an epiphany. Ambulance!
And cut! Thank you very much.
Yeah, see?
We're back next week.
Look at that.
Bye.
Bowie?
David Bowie.
Whoa. Now there's a guy. Wouldn't have killed him to eat more.
David Bowie.
Looking forward to it. Bye. Okay.